Hello, welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today we are doing the Choose Wisely tag. Yeah, we are. And I was tagged by bestie Allie from Allie Read a Book. Hello, thank you for the tag, bestie. If you don't know what the Choose Wisely tag is, don't even worry about it, girl, because I'm going to tell you what it is. So the Choose Wisely tag is naming 3 books that destroyed you and 3 books that revived you. Come here, they want to see you. Come here. Come here, oh little baby. Oh, come here. Oh, look at her. She's so big. Look at my head compared to her head. Look at them. Say hi to them. High five? You really did that. 3 books that destroyed me. Okay, so the first one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Okay, books with actors just hit so different for me. Evelyn Hugo is like, how old is she? She's like 70, 80 years old, right? And she never talked to the press or anything, but she's like, okay, I am old, so I am ready to do a tell-all, and I want this specific girl, I forget what her name is, Monique or something, and I want this specific girl to write my biography. I am not telling anyone else. I am only telling her my story. And then, so she does, and while we read, it's kind of like an interview format, I think. I don't remember. I read this like 3 years ago. I just remember, like, it just felt like I was reading an interview with someone. Oh my god, it was so good. And the end had me bawling. In the story, there's a part that was very emotional, okay, and this was not at the end. But I was crying for this person, and I hated this person, and I was sitting up here bawling for them. And then at the end, though, I was crying. I had tears streaming. I didn't have a Bookstagram or a YouTube at that time, or else I would have posted a picture of me crying because it's just crazy what words can do to you. So that book destroyed me, and I was like going to tell my fiance what this book was about, and I started tearing up, and I was like, actually, I can't tell you what that's about right now. We'll have to talk about it later.
Okay guys, so this book is problematic because the author uses a character's race as literally a plot device, and that character is treated absolutely terribly, so we do not love to freaking see that. I personally did not even pick that up until literally right now, but I will link Jessie on YouTube's video in the comments because they really explain everything behind that and why that feeling is so icky and we do not approve. But this book did absolutely destroy me and my emotions, so I wanted to share you guys my experience with reading it.
And I heard Taylor Jenkins Reid's controversial too, but I don't know. That's just a book that really extremely destroyed my emotions and like crushed me, like really made me feel. Book number 2, obviously, if you guys have watched my 24-hour readathon, you guys know what I'm about to say. That is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Did I see the movie? Yes, and all of the movies actually. And so I was like, okay, you know, like this is not gonna hit me that bad because I had already watched the movies periods late. I started crying on chapter 2 because I knew what the future had in store for these characters, and like I was tearing up, and like it is sad. Like, what are these kids going to these Hunger Games for? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out when I finish all the books. I didn't think it was gonna hit me this hard, and then so the Hunger Games, when a certain character dies, like I knew that was going to happen in the first book because I saw the movie. Tell me why I was sitting up here crying, bro. And that's why, so this was so good, I rated it 5 stars, and that's why I haven't read the other 2 yet, because the first one destroyed me. And like, imagine if the first Hunger Games is going to hit me this hard, how hard are the other 2 going to hit me? And then the last book, unfortunately, I do not have my copy of this either, but for the last book that destroyed me, this destroyed me in a different way. It's Bunny by our Lord and Savior, Mona Awad. Okay, so Samantha, who is a Master of Fine, I think it's MFA program. I don't remember the acronyms, okay? So Samantha is a student in this prestigious university or whatever, and her only friend is Ava, who's like an outcast. I don't even think she goes to that school. So one day, this clique, they call each other bunnies. They are like, hey girl, Samantha, you're like actually really talented, so why don't you come hang out with us? And then Samantha is like, ew, disgusting. Actually, I'm gonna go hang out with them. So then she goes to hang out with them. Once they start hanging out at their smut salon where they write and read stories, chaos happens from there. Okay, this book is just a wild and trippy time, and honestly I have not read anything like it. The way that this book destroyed me was in a different way than the others, because after this book I had a hangover for like 4 days, and then this was like very strange to me, because so usually I'm like always listening to an audiobook and always reading, like either one of the other. But with Bunny, I was like, okay, I don't even want to listen to an audiobook. I don't even want to listen to music. All I want to do is sit here and think for 4 days straight about this book. Like no other book can book like this book, you know what I'm saying? And then a couple days after that, I was just trying to like chase the high of what Bunny gave me. I don't remember exactly what I read after that, but it took me a while to want to like enjoy another book. So those are the 3 books that destroyed me, and so we're going to talk about 3 books that revived me. First one is going to be controversial for you guys because this book has mixed opinions. This book really started me on my reading journey, and it is Woman in the Window by, what's that man's name? I already knew everything that was going to happen, but I was just like flipping those pages like, oh my god, like this book is so good. And then I kept wanting to read other books, and then here we are a few years later. We love to see it. So this book literally revived me. Like it literally revived me from going to reading nothing to going to reading like 100 books a year. How's that for revival? Another book that revived me, immediately, I'm pretty sure that these books are the books that I read directly after Woman in the Window, was Light as a Feather trilogy.
Girl, let me tell you what this book is about. So the main girl, McKenna, she had like a glow up over the summer, and now junior year is supposed to be the best year of her life. Olivia, the popular girl, invites her and the new girl Violet to their party. They end up doing a ritual and playing Light as a Feathers to fizz a board, and then Olivia dies a week later and Violet's popularity starts to rise.
I just want to tell you about how I felt about them. Like, I was like, okay, forget the synopsis of the book. I just want to tell you my feelings. This was like the first witchy book that I have read besides like Harry Potter. Okay, that's more wizardy, even though they're like kind of the same thing. I don't consider Harry Potter witchy. That's wizardy. They use wands. In my mind, it's different. I don't know. Even though like some witches use wand, it's giving wizard. You can't say it's not giving wizard if they use a wand. Anyway, I'm thinking too deep into this. We're supposed to be talking about Light as a Feather. Okay. Light as a Feather got me started on my reading journey of like witchy books and everything. And okay, so Light as a Feather was originally a Wattpad series, and I was never much of like a Wattpad reader. But first of all, Miss Girl, get your coin from coming from Wattpad. And it even got a TV show. And okay, I'm not trying to say that this is like the most genius, well thought out, most excellent 10 out of 10 writing and story. It's honestly okay, but it's very entertaining, and it just had me gripped. And it was for someone who's a lot of the time struggles to read physically, it's like eating that shit up. I was like, okay, first book, and then next book, and then oh my god, we're over what? Why? The last book that revived me, we're gonna talk about my first audiobook. Okay, this is the first audiobook that I rented on Libby, but this really changed the game. Libby. My first audiobook on Libby was Sharp Objects. This book is about Camille. She goes to her hometown she's a journalist, to report on these murders that have been happening in her hometown. And she got the mommy issues, she got the daddy issues, she got the sister issues, she got the hometown issues, she got the mental issues. Miss Camille is messed up in the head, but we'd love to see it. This really kicked off my love for Good for Her, because good for her. If you haven't read Sharp Objects and you can take the trigger warnings, I would say read it. What are you even doing? It's great, but it's very, 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 very heavy. There's not a single person in this book who is okay. Everyone in this book is not okay. It just like really got me into audiobooks, because after that I was like, I can never go back to a physical book ever again. That's dramatic, because I obviously did. I think that's all that I want to say on that. I'm gonna tag a few besties. You guys do not have to do it if you don't want to. If I don't mention you, you should still do it, because this was so much fun and honestly so hard to think about, and I just love making videos that you have to think about them. If I don't tag you, I think that you have already been tagged or have already done this video, because this tag has been out for a little while. So I'm going to tag Bestie Maddie from As Told by Maddie. Obviously, I'm going to tag book lover Laura, which, you know, Laura, I feel like you have done this already. But if you didn't, you should do it. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And then I'm going to tag Eerie Fairy Tales. Shout out, bestie. Thank you for tagging me in the A to Z tag, because I will be doing that very soon. Would love to hear all of your recommendations / little stories behind how you felt about these books. As usual, let me know if you have read any of these books, and if you feel the same way about them, please let me know. And if you feel differently about them, let me know. If you hate The Woman in the Window, let me know. If you like it, let me know. So you guys should leave the old lady emoji, because Evelyn Hugo was an old lady when she decided to do her tell-all. Thanks so much for watching and sticking around to this hopefully not 30-minute video. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you for commenting. Just everything. Like, I just feel so grateful. I feel like every time I sit down to film a video, I just have a feeling of gratitude, which is very nice, because it's always good to be reminded to be thankful. I'm in my Pisces feels. And I hope you enjoyed the clickbait from my dog. If you have not subscribed, of course subscribe. What are you doing? We can hang out next time. And then if you haven't liked the video, you can like the video or you cannot like the video, you know. Do whatever makes your heart happy. And I will see you later. You guys might just see me pop up with a name change and not even know what hit ya.